This is a historic night.
It really was. It really was.
To introduce to you the President-elect of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
Hey! So it's election night in the USA. That is when you guys should be seeing this video. I want to take you guys back to 2016, which is the reason why I'm even making a video about this election, because this election is the most important election in the Western world. It is. It determines a lot. Back in 2016, I was in secondary school, and if I remember correctly, how long ago was that? Damn, 8 years ago, 2016. I was like 15 years of age when this election happened. I was in year 10 in 2016 when Donald Trump was elected president of the United States. Now, when this happened, guys, a lot of you are younger and you might not remember how the world was when this happened, but people really were acting like the world was going to end when Trump got elected. Like, it was absolute madness. Even in the UK, in my school, teachers were panicking, saying, oh, blah, 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 when, I mean, look who nearly started World War. Isn't that ironic? But I remember being that age and not having a full understanding of politics. And I remember seeing Trump speaking, and the mainstream media just used to paint him as racist, this, that, horrible man, terrible person. He'll never be president. He's a joke. And I think I was the only person, like including all the adults in my school, who listened to Trump speak. And I actually thought, this is the only politician I've ever heard that actually sounds like a human being. You know, obviously I didn't really fully understand the issues, you know, but I liked him because I thought, wow, this guy actually comes off as human to me. You know, he doesn't sound like a robot. All these robots, like, where they're reading off a script, it's like, damn, this guy actually speaks. He actually has emotions. Like, even though Trump is an old white man, I can actually relate to him more than any politician I've ever seen of any other race. So I was fascinated by this guy, and I did loads of research on this guy. And at the time, I was into Alex Jones. I was watching a lot of Alex Jones. I was watching a lot of these. This is 8-9 years ago, like 10 years ago nearly. I was watching Alex Jones talk about how food is bad for you. And at this time, I was even seeing Alex Jones talking about if Britain leaves the EU, then they're going to have American food standards. So you, my brothers in the UK, you need to be concerned about this. Like, all this stuff I was watching way back in the day, you know? And I remember, like, people were I was genuinely treated like a literal weirdo. Like, I was a weird one for saying, yo, I actually think this guy, I like this guy. He's actually kind of cool. No, he's terrible, this man. Oh, yeah, you know, teachers just being very condescending, belittling to you. Even though as you grow up, you realize teachers, as much as we love our teachers don't know, all right? Teachers just help you get your head in them books, okay? I remember I stayed up all night watching the election. I stayed up all night watching it, and I knew he was going to win. And I remember when it got announced that he won, I literally ran into my mom's room. I was like, Mom, he won. He won. And my mom's like, no. Like, I knew he would win. My mom's like, I knew he was going to win. He's too real. He's raw. He says it how it is. I printed out a banner, Trump Pence. I didn't know what the Pence meant back at the time. Now, obviously, I know it's his running mate, the vice president. I printed out a Trump Pence sign, and I took it into school with me the next day. And I walked into my form class holding it up, and I got suspended for 3 days for that, by the way. I got a 3-day suspension for doing that, guys. I got suspended for 3 days for doing that. Just thought I'd share that. Like, election day 2016 was a historic day, and it changed a lot of how the world is. Someone who they said was a joke and would never lead America was now in charge of the most powerful country in the world, was now pretty much the most powerful and most famous man on the planet. And also another thing as well, I try to stay out of American politics because I've got a lot of family in America and they're Democrats. So I don't talk politics with them because in America, they take politics so freaking seriously, bro. Like, if my family knew I liked the Republicans, they wouldn't disown me, but they would treat me differently. But I don't care if they see this. Like, I like the Republicans, okay? Democrats, Kamala is drunk all the time, all right? You know? Oh my God, like, you see New York City, right? So I was in the barber shop, okay? Like, well, I can't take her seriously, you know what I mean? What we're gonna do, guys, as a tribute and as a tribute to the American election, I'm gonna take us back to, and you know what it is as well? A lot of people will say, oh, Democrats are you know, but you shouldn't view like that because my family in America are extremely wealthy. You know, they're extremely wealthy black people, very wealthy, and and they talk a lot of sense until I hear politics, you know? Until they're talking politics, they're talking nothing but sense. I'm gaining nothing but knowledge. But me personally, if I was black in America, I wouldn't like any of them. Anyway, guys, I do come back to this video. It was uploaded 7 years ago. I do come back to this video every couple of months because it's a great reminder for me, because I was watching this live, and I recommend, I'm going to link it in the description, that you guys go and watch this video. It is it's probably the greatest television that we've ever got. Seeing these NBC people's reaction from when it goes from Trump's never gonna win to, oh my God, he's won Indiana, Trump's won South Dakota, Trump's won South Carolina, Trump wins North Carolina, oh my God, Trump wins Florida, oh my God, Trump wins Ohio, oh my God, Trump wins here, and they just never stop. And oh, Hillary Clinton concedes the election. Like, it's beautiful to watch. And I think it's some of the best television. Look at this. No other election in American history would be fun to watch over and over and over again like this one. We're living in unprecedented times. Exactly.
Rockefeller Plaza. NBC News projects that Donald Trump will win the state of Indiana. When the votes are counted, we project that Donald Trump will win in Kentucky as well. Vermont goes to Hillary Clinton, the projected winner in Vermont. We're watching Virginia. The polls have closed there. Too early to call Clinton, however, leading in Virginia. Georgia, also too close.
Yep, Trump ends up taking Georgia.
And
He takes South Carolina. He takes them all. He wins all of them.
Matt will fill in with a lot of red and blue before this night is over. But again, 270 is the magic number that will elect.
And in this broadcast as well, they're so biased. Like, they're so biased. Like, whenever they say Hillary Clinton won this, it's like, yeah. And whenever it's like Trump wins South Dakota, it's like there's no sound effects. They're so biased. They really did not expect my boy Trump to win.
Says shaking out right now. Clinton had it 47% over Trump.
Look, vote keeps coming in. She hasn't really narrowed the gap very well. It's just not there.
By the way, everybody talking about how Trump didn't have much of a get out the vote operation. But
Didn't need it.
He didn't need it. How true is that?
It is 11:30 in the East, and as we look at Democracy Plaza, NBC News projecting that Donald Trump is the apparent winner in Florida. Donald Trump, the
apparent. I love the way they call it apparent. Like, bro, give my boy Trump the W. He won them 29 electoral votes. He won. He won Florida. He didn't do nothing there. He won it.
winner in Florida. It's a state that he called a must-win, and he appears to be winning it. 29 electoral votes. Let's show you the vote count right now as it stands.
Oh, that's so close.
49% Trump, 48% Clinton. We're getting a call on Utah, the state of Utah.
Oh, come on. Of course he won Utah.
He's 22 short. Okay, so she's got to win all of them, as we said. He only
and this
needs
is the moment
one of them
they knew
at this
they
point.
fucked up.
A source saying that Clinton has called Trump to concede the election, and that
I've talked to somebody in the Clinton campaign. They have confirmed that piece of great reporting.
Here's Governor Pence, who didn't often seem on the same
Pence,
page
Trump,
with
Pence.
his running mate, but he is a
Trump Pence. I never knew what that meant. I didn't know who this Donny was. I just saw him open up. I just saw him introduce Donald Trump, but I didn't know who this Pence guy was. This is where I found out. Oh crap, Pence. Oh shit. Okay.
about to give the remarks.
This is a historic night.
It really was. It really was.
So let me say, it is my high honor and distinct privilege to introduce to you the President-elect of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
Hey! Look at this legend. Like, guys, if you're younger, it's hard for you guys to imagine how huge this was. Like, people really thought the world was going to end in the UK. In America, I can't imagine. People were crying, people were moving mad, It was a huge, huge day. Honestly, like, it gives me goosebumps thinking about this day, man, because it was crazy to me, and Trump really did it, man. Like,
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody. Sorry to keep you waiting. Complicated business. Complicated. You will say, so many of you work so hard for us,
As
but you will
Donald
say
Trump
that
continues to speak to the excited crowd here in New York.
And they don't even let him finish his speech. They don't even let him finish his speech. They don't even let him. They're so burning that you won that. But anyway, guys, highly recommend you guys go and watch that video. My opinion on the US elections, I hope Trump wins, simply because it could have a ripple effect on the rest of Europe and the UK as well with his policies on immigration. No nonsense, deportations. It's like, hey, you know, it's like, hey, you know, I appreciate that. And you guys might be saying, how can you want that in the UK when you're black? Listen, the EC, that's why I want that in the UK, but I don't want to leave the ECHR, because the ECHR stops them from being able to my black ass. Do you understand? Anyway, this is just anyway, I'll try not to talk politics too much, but yeah, anyway, to all the my American viewers, I hope Trump wins for you guys. I hope you guys get your country back, you know. Anyway, in a bit.